When did we lose control of our own health? If you were in pain or just needed a little pick-me-up, it used to be simple. In the late 1800s, you could walk into a store and buy Coca-Cola, made with sugar, caffeine, and a small dose of real cocaine. Or grab a bottle of laudanum, an opium-based tincture, often mixed with alcohol. These weren't black market drugs. They were everyday products sold right over the counter. But over time, addiction, overdoses, and misuse began to rise. And society responded by building a system of regulation and control, meant to protect people from those harms. The question is, did it work? Or did we just give up control and get something worse in return? We built a system to protect us. As addiction and overdose became a concern, society took action. We built a new medical system, one focused on regulation, safety, and control. Laws were passed, agencies were formed, cocaine and opium became prescription only or banned outright. Doctors became gatekeepers. Access to medicine now required approval. The goal was to protect people from themselves and from dangerous substances. But addiction didn't go away, and the system we built brought new problems of its own. From counter to clinic, a system takes over. Before regulation, you could walk into a store and buy what you needed. Cocaine tonics and opium tinctures were cheap, accessible solutions, and they worked, at least for basic needs like pain or mood. Today, those same effects require prescriptions, insurance approvals, and DEA oversight. The products may have changed names, but the goals haven't. We're still treating pain, still chasing energy, still self-medicating. The difference is that now, we have to go through a multi-layered system just to get what we used to grab off the shelf. A century later, it's still the same chemistry. For all the regulation, branding, and medical oversight, the chemistry hasn't changed much. Morphine still acts like opium. Caffeine and sugar still fuel daily life. Cocaine is still out there, just criminalized and unregulated. We're still reaching for the same molecules to manage the same needs. And next, we have to ask, did this new system actually solve the problem it was built to fix? Did the system actually work? After a century of regulation, addiction hasn't gone away. Instead of opium, we now face an opioid epidemic. Instead of tonics, we have pharmaceutical-grade pills, stronger, more concentrated, and often more dangerous. Cocaine didn't vanish, it just moved to the black market. And sugar and caffeine, once secondary ingredients, are now central to chronic health problems worldwide. The system promised safety and better outcomes, but we're still battling addiction, chronic pain, and widespread self-medication. Maybe the system helped, for a while, but is it really worth the price we're still paying? We're paying more for the same outcome. Here's what we know. The U.S. now spends over $13,000 annually per person on healthcare, making it the most expensive system in the world, at more than twice the average of comparable developed nations. We built a system full of specialists, prescriptions, approvals, and protocols, each layer meant to improve safety or access. But the result? We're paying far more for average health outcomes. Life expectancy and health span remain middle of the pack, while chronic illness continues to rise. And when we look at our familiar tools for pain, focus, or relief, sugar, caffeine, opioids, and cocaine, the regulated ones are now many times more expensive, while the unregulated ones have stayed the same, after adjusting both for inflation. Regulation, control, and bureaucracy haven't made us healthier. They've just made everything cost more. Big Pharma is not the future of medicine. If the goal is radical life extension, if we're serious about curing aging, then the healthcare system we need looks nothing like the one we have now. It would have to run lean, fast, affordable, automated, and built around the individual, not buried in red tape or weighed down by legacy systems. We'll need real-time sensors, AI-guided care, gene-level upgrades, and molecular tuning, all affordable enough to cost just a few $1,000s a year per person. Longevity isn't just about better medicine, it's about building a new infrastructure. And if the current system can't deliver that, we'll have to build a parallel one that can.